And that was President Joe Biden delivering words of encouragement to the nation during his first primetime address last night. Welcome back to Wake Up America. I'm Rachel Roller. That's all marking a year since the COVID-19 pandemic swept across the country. The president announcing his plan to make all adults vaccine eligible by May 1st. So here to break it all down, the chief of staff at United Memorial Medical Center in Houston, Dr. Joseph Varon, who has now been working 358 days straight. Also joining us, former assistant to President Trump for domestic policy and member of the coronavirus task force, Joseph Grogan. Thank you both for joining us this morning. Now, Dr. Varon, President Biden is targeting July 4th. He's saying there's a good chance you'll be able to get together, have a cookout, a barbecue in your backyard. He was sure to emphasize not with a large group of people, but with a small crowd. Do you think that's realistic? Do you think that comment was necessary? What are your thoughts?
I think he was trying to tell us what people wanted to hear. However, I think we need to be cautious about that statement. Not everybody's going to be vaccinated by July the 4th. As you and me know, over 30% of people don't want to get vaccinated, and it's going to take a little time to convince them. So I would say let's be cautious on that statement.
And I think you make a good point. He mentioned May 1st, all adults will be eligible, but that doesn't mean they're going to get the vaccine. Joseph, President Biden, talking about the vaccine, didn't mention his predecessor by name, but did say that there was dishonest messaging for days, for weeks and months before the administration. And there was no mention to Trump's administration and the vaccine efforts. What were your thoughts on that?
Thought it was a missed opportunity, to be honest with you. He gave a great comment at his inauguration, speaking about unity and bringing the country together. And last night would have been a fantastic opportunity for him to give the Trump administration and his predecessor credit for developing the vaccine in record time. And also, frankly, he should have apologized for insulting Governor Abbott of Texas last week when he said that his efforts to open the economy in Texas was Neanderthal thinking. I think President Biden needs to get beyond this and start to really unite Americans. I think he's torn. There's a whole bunch of people on his team, the vast majority, who really do not want to extend an olive branch to Republicans or the 75 million people that voted for President Trump. But he's got to do it. He's president for everybody, and he needs to make this pivot to bring the country together.
And that was something he said, I will be the president for everybody. So I agree with you. I think it was a missed opportunity to take that moment, bring us together, appreciate the efforts made, and bring it forward. He still could have said, you know what, but since we've been in office, we've done this with the Biden administration, et cetera. But that, of course, wasn't the case. So Dr. Varon, President Biden did take time to address his support, though, for Dr. Anthony Fauci. Let's take a listen to that.
So my message to you is this. Listen to Dr. Fauci, one of the most distinguished and trusted voices in the world. He's assured us the vaccines are safe. They underwent rigorous scientific review. I know they're safe.
Do you think he's one of the most trusted voices in the world, Dr. Varon?
Well, I think that you just have to go back for a year and look at his statements over the year and see how they change. I do believe that Dr. Fauci has studied a lot. However, he changed his mind on regular basis. One day we use a mask, the other day don't use a mask, then use two masks. Dr. Fauci, as far as I know, has not been on the front lines like we have, taking care of these patients. I do respect his scientific background, but we've talked about this before. We have not had a unified message for the American people. What he says should be backed up by CDC, WHO, even the president. Everybody has to say the same thing. And in many instances, the one thing that happens when I listen to Dr. Fauci, I get confused.
It's a good point to make. And you talk about being on the front lines. You yourself have been on those front lines 358 days straight. You know firsthand what it's like to see those patients come in, to see the way they handle the virus, and to see the way they're released, and to see the way that people are taking the vaccine or not. Now, Joseph, President Biden did celebrate that his original goal of administering 100 million vaccine shots in his first 100 days is on track to be met in just 60 days. Sounds a bit lofty, but he's now saying he expects 2 million to be administered every day going forward. Do you think that's realistic?
I do, frankly. I think that they're going to start to push it more into the community pharmacies and get more into the private channel, which I've advocated for since January, I think they're going to be tracking on average, I think well above 2 million, to be perfectly frank, pretty soon. And then we're going to be, to Dr. Varon's point, trying to get to the people that are hesitant to take the vaccine. And a lot of those people, frankly, will not respond to Dr. Fauci. As Dr. Varon said, there's a lot of people out there who like Rob, have gotten sick of Dr. Fauci, and they want to hear other people tell them to get the vaccine. And we're going to need a lot of different voices to encourage Americans of every color and political background and every geographic area to get this vaccine. I can't wait to get it myself. I'll be first in line when they say I can get it. I hope everybody gets it. But I think that we will be giving a lot of vaccines to a lot of Americans, and it's going to get exponential pretty quickly.
You talk about wanting to see different people tell you to get the vaccine. We did just see that ad released from Ad Council. I don't know if you guys caught it, but with former presidents Obama, Bush, et cetera, Bill Clinton, all showing that they and the former first ladies all got the vaccine in an effort to bring people together. And I think once we do start to see it in places like CVS and in Walgreens and in the Duane Reades, and people see that it's more common, that might change the perception. We only have a couple seconds left. Dr. Varon, let me ask you real quick. Do you think, regardless of the vaccines, are masks here to stay?
I think they're going to stay here for several months. Again, we don't know if the vaccines are going to be able to cover some of these new variants. So I would say, at least for the next foreseeable future, we probably should keep the mask on until we know for sure that these vaccines are effective against those variants.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Joseph Varon and Joseph Grogan. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.